know that the brain processes visual information 60,000 times faster than written content. That's quite mind-boggling, and it's just one of the benefits of recording your life story visually with video that I want to talk to you about today. By sharing your life experiences with video, you're actually allowing your audience to absorb the information more quickly. It's a much faster way of producing your life story as well. If you write a life story, it can take months or even years to produce it. So you're saving time and you're helping your viewers. And the other benefit is that your grandkids will probably want to watch it, because after all, it's the digital age, so that's another added bonus. Take Dave, for example. He's a retiree and he wanted to share his life journey with his kids and grandkids. Instead of writing a lengthy memoir, he recorded a memoir video with me, sharing his early life adventures and his life lessons along the way. He even shared his favourite waiata playing his guitar, which the family really loved watching. His grandchildren were hooked when they watched the final video and watched the whole 40 minutes, and the family now all treasure it. Another benefit of visual storytelling is that you, of course, capture emotions and personality, quirks, characteristics that people may have that you have as well. So you identify often characteristics from previous generations if you watch videos of them. It's really quite interesting. It also allows you to capture humour of the person, which you wouldn't necessarily see in a written form. And I think that's something that I wish I had captured, particularly of my dad. We didn't capture his story on video. It's one of the reasons I started doing this, but he was a really great storyteller and he had a great sense of humour. So take the opportunity to capture as much as you can of people's life stories, including your own, with a visual storytelling approach. Sometimes we struggle to share our deepest thoughts and feelings, especially if we're writing them. So it's much easier to do that when you're recording your story. It's much easier to go in a nice flow with a story when you're actually just talking to a camera. It allows a true essence to shine through, and that could be the laughter of the person, as I say, my dad's humour, but it can also be the more emotive or tearful memories that people might have. You can capture some beautiful moments with people, heartfelt moments that may have a tear or two, but it's something that's worth capturing. With a visual story on video, you see the moments where they're talking about perhaps a past loved one, or they're talking about the day their child was born, or a special cherished moment in their life. And you can see through their eyes the love that they had for that person, or whatever it is, that emotive connection really comes through the camera. So not only are you capturing a story, you're capturing the storyteller and their personality and true essence. One particular example of an emotive share is this next clip, where this lovely gentleman shares his love of music. This is my 90-year-old client who absolutely loved Austrian music, the accordion, and during the recording of his memoir video, he did some of that for us. He hadn't played it in years, and there wasn't a dry eye in the room. His dementia did make it hard for him to remember dates and people during our interview, but his muscle memory was strong, and his humour. After filming, he actually started to play regularly for the residents at the rest home where he lives. So you just never know where visual storytelling may lead and the joy that it may bring to others. Faces, especially the eyes, are like windows into our souls. And by sharing your face and your voice, you're sharing a little part of you with future generations. So by recording their stories on video, their unique voices and their expressions remain alive, and you can pull up that video and relive those moments whenever you need to. One of my clients lost her dad last year, but before he passed, just a few months before, we managed to record some heartfelt interviews with him and her mum, capturing travel stories, how they met, the strong connection they shared in their 64 years of marriage. And today, whenever she misses him, all she has to do is watch those videos and she feels his comforting presence. It won't bring him back, of course, but it is lovely for her to have that comfort. Another benefit of recording your story visually is that you have much more opportunity to be authentic, to be yourself, to share who you really are. When I'm recording stories with clients, I tell them to talk to me as if they're just talking to a friend, and they forget that the camera's there actually, and they just talk to me as if I'm an old friend. And that's how I want you to be able to share your stories. Just think of the lens as an old friend that you're chatting with and sharing stories about your past, your hopes, your dreams, everything that you want to record about your life experiences, your life lessons that you want to pass on. Remember to be spontaneous, so if something comes to mind that you hadn't planned talking about, just go with it, because often those stories that, if you like, go off track can be the best stories in the end. They can be what I call the golden nuggets of the video. Don't worry if you can't remember dates and times. It's more important that you explain how you felt and the sort of changes that happened in your life during that period that shaped you into the person you are today. So you connect with your audience, and being free and talking freely will help you do that. To add a personal touch to a memoir, it's a really nice idea to include hobbies or pastimes or things that you really enjoy, your passions, in your visual story. And anything that you enjoy doing that you do on a regular basis can be included. Perhaps you enjoy walking in a certain area, go and take some footage in that particular park or seaside spot or wherever it is. If you enjoy sewing, perhaps include some footage of you at your sewing machine or cutting out fabric. If you enjoy baking, playing an instrument, whatever it is, that's all part of who you are, so include that in your video. For example, Stan loved growing things, often from seed. He spent a fair bit of time in his garden, and so in his video memoir, we included a number of garden shots, so the family can see his love of nature shines through. I hope this has helped you see the benefits and power of visual storytelling and how it can really bring a story to life. There's nothing wrong with writing your memoirs, absolutely, if that's something that you want to do. But what I suggest to people is that they do a little video to go alongside with it, just to put a face and a voice to that story. So whatever your choice, it's entirely up to you, of course. But I think that visual storytelling really has the power to bring your story to life and to keep your memory alive for future generations. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.